So with the conclusion of chapter 239, we have seen the post-celebrations of the Blue Lockers, Kaiser's frustration of being crushed, and the most important thing from this chapter was what happened after Isagi and Hiyori's conversation. So let's dive into it. So here we can see that Rin and Nagi are duking it out, right? He puts on quite the performance as he scores a hat trick against a team like Manshine City. This begs the question, just how much has Itoshi Rin evolved? I mean, we know from the end of the U20 game that Itoshi Rin wants to utterly crush Isagi and that he sees him as a rival. So we can deduce that the guy has been grinding it out like crazy with a similar attitude as what he had when he knew that he had the chance of fighting Itoshi Sai in the U20 match. He's here to crush isagiyoichi and prove his worth as a striker. I'll use this moment to quickly ask you guys that if you are liking my content so far and wish to support me, subscribe to the channel. Now back to the video. And another thing that is very interesting here is the title of the next chapter, which is Triple Jump Up. From that title name alone, I can confidently say that the BIDS are going to be in the next chapter. And the person who is going to get that triple jump up is none other than Itoshi Rin himself. And you can all clearly tell why I think that's the case, right? Imagine going up against the likes of Nagi Seishiro, Ryo Mikage, Chigiri Hyoma, and Chris Prince, and just completely devouring every single one of them. Itoshi Rin's bid after Bastard Munchin's match against Manshine City was 36 million yen. So if he were to be getting a 3 times increase, that would mean that his new price would be 108 million yen. Now, the chapter title could maybe also be referring to Isagi. But if that were to be the highest increase in numbers, which I think is the case here, it would make sense that it is going to Itoshi Rin, since his performance clearly surpasses that of anyone else. Although this also makes me think, where the hell did my man Shido Ryusei, the dopamine freak, go? Has he literally become the background character of Itoshi Rin's story or what? So Itoshi Rin's bid being 3 times that of his previous also makes me think that because Isagi has scored 2 goals in the match against Ubers, he will get a 2 times increase. Isagi's bid after the Manshine City match was no less than 50 million, so that would mean that his new bid after the Ubers match would be 100 million. Which means that Itoshi Rin would surpass Isagi in terms of bids by just 8 million yen. This would also be very good for the overall narrative if Rin were to have a higher bid than Isagi, because that would make the stakes of the PXG match that much higher and unpredictable. Now, what I would like to see in the upcoming chapter as well is Baru interacting with Isagi, man. Baru didn't say much at all in the last chapter, and that hurts my soul, man. Petition for more Baru in the next chapter for real. What I'm also hoping for is, just like after the last match, we get an interaction between Noel Noah and isagiyoichi. I would really want to hear his perspective about the matter as well, or perhaps we get to see Ego Jinpachi and his thought process about the entire thing. But one thing is for sure, the next chapter is going to be a pretty interesting one. Things will become clearer as we move closer towards the final match before the Neo-Egoist League, Bastard Munchin vs. PXG, before we get to the U20 World Cup arc. If you resonate with my content, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.